Now the chairman of the Transition Monitoring Group, Dr. Abiola Akiyode, gave us an update earlier on the morning show.
Out since 7:30 to ensure that everything starts on time. We started off from Akure. As I'm speaking to you, I'm in a place called Emure, very close to Owo. After leaving Owo, very early as 8:30, most of the places we visited started their setup early. INEC staffs were there, and security agents were also there. And one of the good things that we have noticed, which is part of the prediction we had yesterday, is that there seems to be a very huge voters turnout. But surprisingly, after we visited about 2 polling units between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, we got to a particular place and we saw people scrambling about, and then realized that they had some kind of gunshots. There were shootings at Obanla. Okay, they're very early in the morning. This was between 8:30 and 9:30 in the morning, and we saw voters, running helter-skelter. They were even actually asking us to turn back so that we don't come to where the crisis was taking place. We left the place, went to Akure South. We were in Owode. And we also realized that Owode in Moagun, we had seen about 2 reports today that the card reader is not working. So they had called in the INEC to assist in that regard. But in other places that we have visited, Akure North, Ayede, Igboroko, Owo, it's going on smoothly. But some of the things that we also realize is that the vote same point is not it's not a secret place, so it's very open, and there's also a whole lot of vote buying. In Akafa, we got to a place in Owo, very close to the palace, where they even had vouchers that they were using to claim their money. So there's a lot of transaction going on in the election today, so which is quite worrisome.
Well, interesting. Tell us about the security situation in terms of, for example, the place you observed, the place you said.
Well, there seems to be quite yes, there seems to be quite a number of security agencies around. In most of the places we see about like 5 of them, including the civil defense and police and other security agents. So there are quite a number of security agents around, and we also met between Akure and Owo. We met quite a lot of roadblocks with soldiers and what have you on the road. So by and large, the security agents are on ground, but we're also shocked that despite the fact that they had quite a number around Okejebu, Obanla area, we still had that crisis in the morning with people shooting. So that's the second report we are getting. Also from our observers in Idori, they also said that there were some gunshots also in Idori this morning. Yeah, tension that we saw this morning because it's a bad signal of what might happen later, because it's obvious that maybe to some people it's a do or die thing. In Edo, we didn't see this early in the morning at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, even when the voting has not started. So meaning that there's a problem somewhere. I think that in terms of voters turnout, this seems to be heavier than what we saw in Edo State, and the fact that people are also resilient, because it was they had some light rain in the morning and people were still there, voting. But in terms of vote buying, I think it's more conspicuous here than in Edo, and I think it's really much more prevalent. Almost everywhere we visited, it was obvious that there's a transaction going on. Yeah, people are selling, they are buying. There are people hiding somewhere where they're collecting the money from them and all of that. We didn't see that obvious, in Edo. So I think Ondo is a little bit more complex than what we saw in Edo. INEC has started a new technology where we would be able to see the votes in real time. So we're still looking forward to that by the time the results are coming up. But as of now, I think in terms of logistics, I think INEC had tried, if you compare it to Edo, in terms of getting to the polling units on time, and also trying to spread the polling units in such a way that would not leave people with the danger of COVID-19 and all of that. So I think that there seems to be some even spread. We're not seeing like a lot of concentration of people in primary schools and all of that, as we saw in Edo. So I think by and large, INEC is still up to his game. So we do hope that they'll be able to keep it up till the end of today.
Dr. Akiyode there, the Chairman Transition Monitoring Group.